All right, so the first eggs are here. Dun dun dun. 1 and 2. So this one I saw last night. It was really cute. The youngest birds were in here checking it out, sitting on it. It definitely wasn't theirs. I think it came from Xena, because she was making the egg sound, the bak 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 bak. She was announcing it the other day, but I came and checked on her when she was talking like that, and there was no egg yet, so it was a preemptive announcement. But it's really cool to me that they're using the nest boxes. I'm gonna make sure and get a little more hay in there, and I'm pretty excited. So for timing wise, I got the birds as soon as Harvey craziness was over. So that's 4 months. 4 months is all it took. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what else goes. So this one is the one I think from Xena, brown leghorn, white egg, and this is more of a rose-colored eggs. And you guys probably know when your chickens first come of age, the first few eggs are really teeny, and then they get bigger. And yeah, and that's about it. It's really messy, don't look at the poop, but I raised this bar so they're even. They really like that. So now they have tons of roost space, and they all spread out across here. And oh, and I took the water, I took it down because my water tanks fell over after a big rain. So I just haven't rushed to put them back up. And I kind of saw it happening, or I saw it starting to lean a little more and more. Anyway, failures are good. Failures are feedback. Another thing I can update you guys on is that I built this raised bed just a couple days ago. So it's around a jewel blueberry. It had a pine log raised bed, and it is totally, you know, they were turning to mush. So I had these already, and I got these for free, and yeah, and looks pretty good, and hopefully it's a happy plant. As far as a post-frost update, I actually came out really well, all things considered. I definitely over-prepared a little bit, was a little bit of a chicken little. I had, you know, this tree I took a lot of time to bury. That was very unnecessary, even though there was some cold damage on just the tips. These were against the wood. Most of the citrus is fine. You know, a little bit of damage on like star fruit, things that are going to get damaged. Hi there. But I thought there was some feedback here. So here is a tree that was totally buried in the leaves, and it's a Mars sweet orange. And over here is Ujikitsu that was buried but did not have that top, you know, bent over, protected. And it actually came out better. And I've been feeling this for a while, where just that the leaves, this extra insulation, it really, I don't think it gives you as much as you might think. So that plastic is really more powerful than mounding up leaves around the trunk. So if you mound up soil, it kind of connects to the soil beneath it, can conduct the heat out of the earth. But here the leaves aren't conducting any heat out of the earth. They're insulating, but there's not enough heat coming up through. Hi, friend. Coming up through to add anything to it, so that's essentially not as valuable, not worth my time. Now these birds are eating my avocado tree. It's not, hey, no ma'am. So this guy with the plastic, avocados are pretty darn tough, so he was just fine, but this one was not. So this is partially, I think, because sunburst is less hardy. So this is a sunburst mandarin, sunburst tangerine, and it had a tarp on it, and the only thing I can think of is that it was getting too hot that might have done this, or the cultivar hardiness type, because I have, you know, younger than this Satsuma right here. We can go walk. So I was uncovering, see the passion vine made it through just fine. So this guy right here, this is a Satsuma, and he's been in the ground even less time, and he was just fine with the same strategy of covering with the tarp. And both of them had the tarp left on for that cloudy high of 40-degree day. So I really don't think it got overheated at any point, but it definitely, you know, with a tarp on it, to have that damage, I don't know, it's something. But that's not, you know, that's not full defoliation. That's not a bit, like, that's the extent of what I lost. So really, it was, yeah, made it through the first set of freezes, pretty good. So here's another tree that sustained some damage. This is N33 navel orange, and it was buried up with leaves around here, and this top part was exposed. And there's just a little, you know, a little bit of burning, cold damage on the very top, and no sheet or anything. It was fully exposed, and really we got down to 25. That was what the forecast said. It's what it looked like. So it was not near as bad as last January, but it felt good to be prepared, just to, you know, have a lot of protection up anyway. So here's the white sapote, and it was one of the major disappointments to lose it last year in the hard January freeze. And again, it was kind of a disappointment this year. Oh, chickens are coming. So it was a beautiful tree. That was really funny. But it got frozen and the main trunk died, and so it's kind of starting to wrap around and its form was lost. But it did come back after a really hard freeze last year, and then this year, so I had these heaters right here, kind of putting out some ashy soot, and I ran out of kerosene and I was unable to light them on the last night, and it got down to 25 on that last night. So unfortunately, I did not get the feedback that I was really looking for with the heaters. I did get some, but I did lose a lot of this tree, so a lot will defoliate. But it looks to me like some of the center, like these leaves in here, are not lost. And, you know, so I'm going to protect it probably with a tarp or plastic over the top for this next freeze, because we do have one coming this weekend. And we'll go from there. You guys are just following me around everywhere. You're not gonna leave me alone? What do you think? Here, the starfruit made it through with very little damage. So here's some leaves that are damaged, but all of these leaves, and even all the way up to the top, or almost to the top, are still good. The leaves down there are still good. So this thing was inside a box of leaves, but also it was pulled over, and it was, you know, close to that water tank. So it had a lot of things going for it. Now, I got a lot of work to do because I got to put this back up for this weekend and then fill it up again. It won't take too long. Same with the cherimoya. I was able to take it through the 25 just by covering it up. All these leaves are still good down at the bottom, and everything else was actually lost before this last freeze. It was lost in the first light freeze. And what I did this time is I tried to protect the trunk with the pipe insulator, and it doesn't really look like it was successful, but we shall see, because we won't know really until it tries to leaf out again in warm weather. Now, for some reason, the figs on this Osborne Prolific have ripened after freezing, or after all the leaves have been lost, better than any other fig I've seen. And the chickens, so see, they're actually dark, and it's not dry and mealy. These are good figs, and they were so underripe. So not near as sweet as it normally is, but sweet enough. And the chickens like them too. Hey there. Come here. Come here. Yum, yum. Did she just steal that big piece? Lacey, you stole a big piece. Alright, you guys, that's probably about it for an update. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace.